Hello, Tracy here, and I have a layout in process called Live Your Story, and I am back from a very long hiatus. I'm going to get right into this, and I will try to explain why I've been gone so long as I go along here, but I'm just working with regular craft paint. I have a kind of an aqua color and then a dark blue color, and these I'm just sort of I really watered the paint down and then just kind of went wild with it, and because I'm working with this black and white. I did this layout a very long time ago, probably a month and a half ago, so I don't know the papers, I don't know the kit that I used. I just know that I did use a Studio Calico kit. Again, I've been on hiatus because first of all, we were putting all new floors in just about half of our house, and we put it in ourselves. So everything was everywhere, and I literally did not scrapbook during that time. And then just recently we went on a vacation to Yellowstone National Park, and we were gone for over 10 days. So in addition to preparing for that trip and going on that trip and then getting back, and then all of the upheaval of my entire house doing my flooring, I just haven't been scrapbooking. So I apologize for disappearing. I didn't realize all of that floor was going to take as long as it took, and so the project took a lot longer than I anticipated, and therefore I did not scrapbook. So anywho, I'm working on this matting because my paint is very wet on my paper, on my background paper. So I just decided to start working on the matting here that I knew I wanted to kind of be like, what would the term be for this? With the different block shapes like that. And then I knew I wanted to outline them because I was making this layout. I wanted it to be real artsy and have that, hand doodled and with the hand painted and all that look to it. That is a little wood guitar that I attempted some powder embossing on it, and it looks alright, but I don't end up using it on the layout. And then that little strip came from one of the manufacturing strips of one of these papers, and it says Live Your Story, which ends up being my title. And it's just the perfect title for this, because this is a picture of my son that we had taken. We had tons of pictures. In fact, my previous layouts were pictures that we had professionally done of him for his graduation announcement, and this is one of them. And I like it. It's a black and white, and he's with his guitar, which is very much his story, music. And so that title spoke to me when I saw it on the little strip. And then these are stamps that are from that same Studio Calico kit that these papers came from, that I apologize, I don't know the month of. And I'm going to continue working here. I knew that I did not, a lot of times I'll do that where we do the little grouping of embellishments up off to the side of the paper, like creating sort of the triangle. So normally I would go up to the right now and create a little cluster, but I knew I didn't want to do that on this because of the way I had the paint going. It really framed up everything and kept it sort of all framed up inside of the paper, and I felt like if I created a cluster that went way up off the edge of the paper, it would make your eye go kind of wild. So I knew that I wasn't going to do it that way. Like I then, of course, right here you just saw me almost start to, because I started doubting myself, but I realized pretty quickly early on in the layout that I was going to do something different. And so I'm sort of creating a cluster right here that is not going off the paper, but it is going off the actual framed out picture now. So, and I really like the way that came out. So it's almost like the layout is not using up a whole 12 by 12. I don't really quite know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but just because of the way the paint was sort of like pointing to the picture, it already like shrinks your eye smaller than 12 by 12. So I'm going to do that cluster up there with the today, and then I'm going to also create a cluster down below where it says live your story. And then because I have those little chevron arrows to the left, that is a cluster as well. And then I'm actually going to have a little very, very tiny cluster up at the top left of the picture, which kind of becomes part of the chevron arrows as well to the eye. So it's more like this whole layout is more of like a framing layout. And I am going to use that white frame there. I believe that was a Studio Calico as well from long ago. And I like how it frames that. And I love that that says today, because that is today. This is Kyle, graduating today, as in a big today, because it's when he's graduating high school, and it's a time that you want to mark in their life. So then I have those black sort of blings. I think those came from a Freckled Fawn kit. So I did 3 groups of 3 in lines in each cluster, at the bottom, at the top left, and at the top right. And then I did stamp those arrows to the very right of today, and those are also Studio Calico stamps, I believe. And then that badge is an old badge that I have. I can't remember right now the brand. And then I'm going to do some stamping here with stars, and then I'm going to do this last stamp here that is from Studio Calico, and it says something like this is the beginning of anything you want it to be, or something like that. I'll show it in close-ups, and I love the stamp. It's just the perfect stamp. And then I put a wood star veneer up at the top left, a wood arrow veneer to the top right, and then a music wood veneer at the bottom, so that I have 3 wood veneers. So I like to work in 3s, as you know. This is the beginning of anything you want. That's what it says, which is perfect, because it's true. He's just at the beginning of his life. So anyway, I'm back. I'm so glad to be back, and I hope you've enjoyed this layout, and I'm going to get busy scrapbooking some more, and I will see you in my next few layouts. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to click like if you like. Thanks. Bye-bye.